What's good, scholars? It's your girl Gabby, and I am back with a brand new video. First things first, if you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on the link to watch this video. But if you're not subscribed, okay, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All you have to do is click that red subscribe button, and then after you click that button, you gotta go ahead and click the bell right next to it. The bell is going to alert you of any new videos, content that I put out. Let me catch my breath, y'all. I don't know what's been going on, but like standing up for me has been like oddly hard for some reason, and I don't know where that's coming from. But click the subscribe button, click the bell. The bell's gonna let you know whenever I come out with new content. I've got some really dope things lined up for the next couple of weeks. Got some really big announcements in the next couple of months, so you definitely want to make sure that you are locked in with the guide. So now that that's out the way, let's go ahead and jump into the reason why you all are here, okay? So this video is more so aimed at my college graduates. If you are currently in college or you're just starting your college journey, you can watch too. I don't discriminate. But a lot of what I'm going to be talking about today is for those class of 2020 college graduates. First off, congratulations to the entire class of 2020. Again, I feel like I say that in every video that I do, but I'm gonna keep saying it because there is quite a bit going on this year, and I feel like 2020 has been like super long and we're only like in May, but it's a lot going on. And for a college senior who has graduated or is getting ready to graduate, this can be a very, very scary time, especially when it seems like every time we look up, it's just more bad news, right? So you've got COVID-19, which, let's be honest, ain't none of us really figured it out yet. There's no cure, there's no vaccine. So we're all kind of like just going and hoping for the best, which is a very uncertain, not cool spot to be in. So you've got that going on as a result of COVID-19. You know, you've got all of the top financial advisors saying, you know, brace yourselves, prepare for, you know, a total economic downturn, recession, depression, all this different stuff, right? And like I said, it seems like every time you look up, there's some more bad news. And again, for someone who is just graduating from college, someone who is not lucky enough to be walking out of college with a job and, you know, benefits, someone who does have to return to their parents' house and try to figure things out, it can be a very, very scary time. And although when I graduated from undergrad, you know, COVID-19 and financial stuff wasn't happening, I did enter college during a time where personally for my family, we were experiencing some changes in our finances. And I think I've talked about this before, but going into my freshman year of college, you know, my dad was making buku money. And then going into school, my dad didn't have that job anymore. The only person who was working was my mother. So while I never really seen the direct effects of that, there was definitely effects there. So I kind of get it. And I also understand as a graduating college senior that those months following graduation can be some of the best, worst times ever. Like, I was so excited and so happy to be done with that part of my life, but I also was very, very afraid and confused and trying to figure out what my next steps were. And for some of you who are watching, that's probably where you're at right now. You're trying to figure out, okay, I've done what I was supposed to do, graduated from high school, graduated from college, and excuse me, y'all, I don't know what is going on with my body. This has been happening for like 3 videos straight. But again, you're trying to figure out what the heck you're supposed to be doing with yourself at this point, and trying to find some direction. So I don't want to make this video too long, but I do want to give you all some tips based off of my experience and give you all some encouragement from someone who's been there before, that just because it feels like you might be stuck or it feels very scary right now, things do get better. Number one thing, pray. Okay? Pray. Ask God, where do you want me to be? And if you are not a Christian, whatever it is that you believe in, whatever it is that you entity or some, God that you go to, ask for guidance. Ask for some sort of sign of where it is that you are supposed to be. That's one of the things that I did not do off the bat that I really wish that I would have done. I did not consult God, who already knows how everything is going to go anyway. I did not go and ask and say, hey, where would you have me to be? Where am I supposed to go? Because I don't know. I was trying to do a lot of things by myself and figure it out for myself. I actually got into a huge argument with my mom, maybe like a couple of months after I graduated, probably like the beginning of August, because I actually had gotten accepted to a fellowship in New York. And one of my other really good friends from college was also going to New York to follow her dreams of being, on Broadway. And I was like, well, we might as well just go together. Like, I can do this fellowship, I can teach, and kind of figure out where I want to go from there. And my mom was just like, what? What are you doing? Like, you can't go to New York. And it just became this really big thing. And I was really just frustrated with my life and my parents. And I just kind of felt like I was just stuck. And I felt like I was back in high school again. And I was used to going out and doing what I wanted to do and being where I wanted to be. And it just was not the same. And I was freaking out. And let me tell you, for those of you who are going to have to move back in with your parents, I'm going to be very honest. Unless you have parents who are like party parents, or parents who are just like, do what you want to do. For those of us who have parents who are like, hey, you're an adult, but you still live in my house, it is going to be shell shock for you, okay? Like, just like it was shell shock going into college, it will be shell shock for you going back home. So prepare yourself for that, but also remember, which is my number 2 tip, remember that your family loves you and wants the best for you, especially if you have good parents. I was blessed. I am blessed. I have very, very good parents. And although we don't always see eye to eye, although they get on my nerves and I get on their nerves, I know that my parents want the best for me, and I know that my parents love me. If you keep that in the forefront of your mind, I think it makes that transition back home much easier. So yes, you're used to staying out till 4 o'clock in the morning, probably, turning up, doing what people do on college campuses, but just realize when you get home, it probably won't be like that anymore, which is a change in itself, right? But you have to make the conscious decision to always keep in the front of your mind, hey, my family loves me, they want the best for me. I may not be able to do what I normally would do, but it's a blessing that I even get to come back, because there's a lot of students who don't get to go back to their parents' house. Like, their parents were like, hey, once you're 18 and you leave the house and go to college, the jig is up, you can't come back here. You got to figure it out for yourself. So the fact that some of us even get to come back home after having that 4-year experience on our own, that's a blessing, right? My number 3 tip is to be diligent. When I was looking for jobs when I graduated from school, it was a very tedious, annoying process. Like, looking for a job is literally a full-time job in itself. And it is annoying sometimes. It is very tedious. And if you are in a place where you're just sad, you don't want to do anything. You just want to sleep. I remember days where I just slept. And it wasn't necessarily because I was like physically tired. It was just like I was low-key falling into a depression. So you definitely want to make sure that you stay diligent and you keep your mind on your goals. What were your goals when you entered college? How am I going to get there now that college is over? So if you need to go get an internship to get your foot in the door at the company that you want to get into, go get that internship. I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all. They might not pay you. There's a lot of internships that don't pay. They ask for a whole lot, but they don't pay. But for some of us, that's how you gotta go. You know, you gotta get your foot in the door somewhere. So you might have to intern somewhere and work a little part-time side job. But you have to remain diligent and you have to know what your goals are. Okay, do not lose sight of what your goals are and do not get lazy. Be diligent and do what you need to do to get to where it is that you want to go. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fun all the time. I didn't actually get to where I wanted to be until after I graduated from grad school, right? So that was, what, 3-4 years after I actually graduated from undergrad. I didn't get where I was actually supposed to be. Not to say that it's going to take that long for you all, but it's a process, right? Tip number 4, this is a process. A job is not just going to fall out of the sky. Sometimes you have to go down a certain road to get to where it is that you're supposed to be. I had to go through my entire graduate school experience to end up where I believe I am supposed to be. I had to make the guide and college panels and talking to students about college access my capstone project from grad school in order to get to the job that I'm currently in and where, you know, I am right now with the amount of knowledge that I have about things. So like I said, it's a process, y'all. It's not gonna happen overnight, but you have to continue to remain positive. Tip number 5, remain positive. Do not let yourself be discouraged for too long. One of the best things that I ever heard a celebrity say is Beyonce. And if you don't know, I love B, love her. But she said something really, really amazing and profound. And she was pretty much like, you know, I allow myself time to mourn whatever it is that I'm upset about. I give myself 24, 48 hours, and then I get over it. I tell myself this has to stop. So if you are a college graduate who you're upset about being at home, maybe all of your other friends have great internships or they have great jobs lined up and you're the only one in the group who doesn't have that. Or maybe you're just like, I got this degree and I don't even know what the heck I'm supposed to do with it. Like, allow yourself the time to feel what you're feeling and then say, okay, after this certain amount of time, it's time for me to get up and make stuff work. Okay? Do not stay discouraged. Do not stay down. Don't stay in a position where you cannot grow from where it is that you are, right? People who are super duper negative don't ever grow. Okay, they stay where they're at. They're stagnant, right? Where people who acknowledge their feelings and say, okay, this happened, now I'm gonna move on and try to get to a different place. Those are usually the ones who get to where it is that they are trying to go. Okay, so again, I don't want this video to be super long, but those are just a few tips. If you would like an elongated video, maybe something where I actually go into detail about what my process after college was like, please leave a comment. I would love to do that for you guys, but I don't want to make this video too long. So I hope that this was helpful. The last thing that I want to tell you guys, there was a sermon that I was watching a few weeks ago from Transformation Church. Michael Todd is the pastor. If you don't know who Transformation Church is or who Michael Todd is, I advise you while you're on YouTube to do yourself a favor and go, search them up. Great church to watch. But he was talking about serving from where you are, right? And being content with where you are and not always so much looking towards what the next thing is. Serve from where you are, right? If that's, you've got a job, you don't have a job, you're living on your own, you're not living on your own, serve from where you are with a pure heart, with an open mind, and with a positive attitude, and you will begin to see God move things in a way that you've never seen before. So serve from where you are. Don't always look to see what the next thing is. All right, that's the last thing that I have for you. I really hope you guys learned something from this video. Once again, if you want to hear something a little bit longer in form, I would be happy to do that for you all. Please comment below if that's something you would like. But it's time for me to go because this video is getting way too long. So I will see you all on the next one. Bye.